Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Hyggiandi, a new project of mine that I began at the beginning of the year. Those who are new to this, recently I had posted a video maybe 2 days ago now of me playing this very talharpa that I built roughly about 2 weeks ago. I've never played an instrument like this before ever in my life until I built this. I knew at the beginning of the year when I started this project, this is the kind of stuff that I wanted to write. This is the path and the journey that I wanted to take musically. And in order to do that, the best way to do it was to learn the instruments, the history behind them, how they were made, what they did, what they do, the sounds they produce. And I was very drawn to the talharpa. The sound of it is very primitive sounding as far as a stringed instrument, and I fell in love with the sound of it, and I wanted one really bad. So I decided to do a bunch of research and watching YouTube videos, reading forums, looking at tons and tons of pictures on Google, seeing how they were put together, the different ways that they made them, and then eventually made my own. It was a very simple process, really. It's only 3 pieces of wood. As you can see, this is by far from perfect, but it's mine, and I did make it. So, but you have 3 pieces of wood. As you can see, 2 are here, and then there's a plate on the front that's very, very thin. It's only a 1/4 inch thick. But these 2 pieces are the main part of the talharpa. This one here, being the main one. That one is the one that houses the neck area, I guess you would call it. And it also houses the sound chamber, because inside of here, that entire center piece of wood is hollowed out in the middle, and it's hollowed out up here. The back piece is not hollowed. That allows for the back piece, obviously, to give it a little bit more body to hold on to. And the thin plate on the front, I just put a sound hole in it to let the sound reverberate a little bit. But yeah, that's all it is. You cut them to a stencil. I made the stencil mine out of cardboard. I measured the wood onto a big sheet of cardboard, and then within that piece of wood, those dimensions that I put on the cardboard, I designed a shape. This is my own design. This is not a traditional talharpa by any means. I am originally a guitar player, and I wanted something that felt very comfortable to me transitioning into something like this, so I went a little different with the body style, but I enjoy it. I'm a very large man. I am 6'4". I did not want a tiny talharpa that I felt very dainty, or just something that wanted to fit my stature into something that would feel more comfortable. So I went with the bigger size, and in the process of that, I ended up putting cello strings on here, which gives it a deeper tone. I have 2 tuning keys on here, just standard guitar tuning keys that I purchased off Amazon. I got a set of 6 for $5 or $6. These are not the best tuning keys by any means, but they are enough to get you started into building something. These cello strings I also purchased from Amazon for just a few dollars. The bridge piece, very much like a violin. If you're a musician and you know instruments and you know how a violin works, you have your bridge piece here, which I cut and shaped these, the tail piece and the bridge piece out of the same panel as I used for my base of the talharpa. So yeah, I just drew this on it, cut it out with a jigsaw, wood burned a little symbol here, which means music actually in Norse. So I put that on here, drilled 2 holes, used some jute hemp rope, tied it around with the little metal eye hook, ran the strings through here, and notched a couple notches in for the strings to nestle in so they didn't slip and slide all over, and then ran the strings up to the tuning keys, tuned it up, and amazingly it worked. So yeah, 2 weeks ago, it took me altogether, I would say, 2 8-hour days to build this. 8 hours. The first day was just cutting with the jigsaw, getting the pieces glued together, getting this notched out up here and drilled out for the tuning keys. But yeah, that was the first day, and the second day was belt sanding, palm sanding, evening everything out, getting it all nice and smooth on the contours of the design that I made. And then I put some ebony stain on it. Not perfect by any means, as you can see, like up in here, light colored. This is where glue had hit, and I was unaware of it, and didn't realize till after I started putting the stain on that the stain does not take to glue so well. But learning experience, again, this is my first one. I hope to make many more from here on out. And on top of that, this was originally supposed to be a 3-string talharpa, but when I was cutting the wood up here where the tuning keys go, I'll show you here, the wood ended up splitting, as you can see right here, this line, which essentially was supposed to be where the 3rd string was supposed to go, and these were supposed to go out a little bit more. But with that happening, I knew that the integrity of the structure of the wood wouldn't be able to hold a tuning key drilled through that. So wood glue, clamped it, let it set for 6 or 8 hours, I believe it was, and it held up well enough, so I was able to get the other 2 tuning keys in there. And then I said, what is destined to be will be. So this was destined to be a 2-string. Worked out perfectly. I didn't overcomplicate things for me as far as trying to learn, because this is my first real bowed instrument. So this has all been a learning process from building to learning how to play it. But it's been a very exciting journey thus far, and thanks to all of you as well for being a part of this journey, for liking this page. I know a lot of you recently saw the video that I had posted a couple days ago on Facebook of me expressing my new interest and the new music I was creating with this. And mind blown, thousands of views, hundreds of likes, tons of shares, tons of comments. Thank you all so much for that support. I was not anticipating anything like that whatsoever. Like I said, I was surprised I was even able to build this, let alone play it as well. But I will say that this did come very naturally for me. When I first started playing this, the first night that I had it together, before I sanded it and stained it and stuff, I was messing around with it, and it almost seemed like I had played one of these before, but I had never in my presence ever had an instrument like this ever, up until I built this one. So I don't know what that's about, but I thought it was very interesting, just when I first started playing it, how natural this actually felt. I don't know if that's for everybody that picks this up, but I know for me that it was it's becoming a very natural transition as far as figuring the notes, because I don't know how you would even teach how to play a talharpa, because it's not like you have frets or anything like that as to coordinate where your notes are and whatever. It's kind of just you play and you feel. And you feel the reverberation in the bow in your hand, the tension of the string against your fingertips kind of tells you where those notes are. So interesting enough, that's my experience playing this right now. But outside of all that and all of the craziness going on with this video that I just decided to do, I've been getting tons of messages of people wanting to build their own talharpa, so hopefully that little babbling bit I just went on helps out a little bit. Biggest thing to do is just go on YouTube, search DIY talharpa videos, go on Google, search forums, read, look at pictures, just look at tons of pictures of them on Google search images, or image Google search, or whatever you want to call it, and just look at them, because there's so many amazing different ways that these are made, but very simplistic and primitive, and that's I think what draws me to it, especially the sound of it. But an amazing instrument. But yes, I'm babbling again, sorry. All of this craziness going on with the video, reached out by the people wanting to learn this, and then also other musicians from around the world also reaching out, wanting to possibly collaborate with me, which is completely insane, because I've just started playing this instrument, but I'm definitely up for the challenge. That was the purpose of starting this project, was to challenge myself and to put myself into a new situation that I'm uncomfortable with. So I am all about it. So please message me if you would like to collaborate. But some people I'm still waiting for replies on. There's some vocalists and stuff. But one person in particular, I'm probably going to butcher his name, and I apologize if I do. Well, I'm apologizing now because I'm probably going to. His name is Arkardius Artur Gichmionka, and he is from Poland, I believe. He is a hand percussionist. He plays a lot of hand drums, and he's in a band called Lord Wind, which is a Nordic style, traditional style music band. And check them out. I'll have a link in the description so you can check them out as well. Phenomenal, amazing musicians, amazing music. But yes, he reached out to me after seeing my video, essentially calling me out in the fact that I do not have natural drums in the recording that I had posted, which is absolutely accurate. My resources are limited as far as stuff. I only have this talharpa and a violin that has 2 strings. So that's what I'm working with. When I get another hunk of wood, I will build a 3-string talharpa, a little bit smaller with higher gauge strings for a higher register. But until then, I'm working within my resources. But we talked for a little bit on Facebook and came to the conclusion that we are going to attempt to collaborate our energies together musically, to create something and see what happens. I was definitely up for the challenge, and I was definitely up for the opportunity to work with such an amazing musician from across the globe. So I definitely agreed, and we agreed. And this morning I actually sat down and re-recorded all of my talharpa parts for the song that I posted the other day. Cleaned them up a bit and cleaned my playing up a bit. Emailed them over to him, and he did respond back, and he hopefully will be messing around with them tracks tomorrow, and hopefully at some point here I'll have something fantastic to show you guys with him on hand percussion, so it'll have a different sound. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. But yeah, so thank you very much, Arkardius Artur Gichmionka. I hope I did not butcher your name, but thank you so much for reaching out, and definitely looking forward to see what our minds can come up with, and the kind of things we can create together. So thank you. And as far as the vocalist reaching out to me, I'm definitely interested in working, especially, it's amazing. 2 weeks ago, this was all a new world. Still is a new world 2 weeks later, mind you. But it blows my mind that that someone like me, just randomly out in the world, can post a video and gather so much support and love, and just amazing people all over the globe, just like connecting over something so simple as 2 strings and a piece of wood and a bow with horsehair. Like, everybody's been so amazing through this, and yeah, it just blows my mind that something like that can bring so many people together and appreciate something so primitive yet so beautiful and amazing. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for teaching me in such a short time that music is a very powerful and amazing thing, and this journey that I am taking with this new style of music is definitely something I am extremely excited about. So with that said, thank you all again for checking out the project. Thank you all for the likes, the shares, the comments, all the craziness over the video. Mind blowing. Thank you so much. And keep posted. Like I said, got some collaboration things in the works. I am also writing every day. I'm unable to put this down. I'm holding it right now because I cannot physically put it down because I want to keep playing it. And yeah, so I'm writing new stuff as well with this, so keep posted. I am hoping to be putting out as much as I possibly can with this, but again, I'm learning as I go, so bear with me. Thank you all again for checking this out, and thank you. Till next time, have a wonderful day.